be able to practice your profession as environmental planners. Alam naman natin that practice makes perfect. So that's one question that is in my mind. Do you have any idea what you intend to do as environmental planners now that you are environmental planners of the Philippines, by the way? Of the Philippines, Saudi Arabia. I won't ask you to give an answer right now. So my second question is, as an organization, basically you are a new organization, ba? Yung iba sa atin na member na ng mga ibang ano ba to? Philippine Institute of mga Civil Engineers or Architects and all that. How would you now differentiate yourself from the other organizations of which you are a member of? Of course, by profession, by words, you are environmental planners, so that's one thing that will bind you, di ba? So, anong balak mo gawin as an organization which would establish the relevance of this group? Like niyo ba yun? That's good. Kasi I would really want the environmental planners to have significance, not just for yourselves as professionals here in Saudi Arabia, but for our own country back home. Kasi alam naman natin na ang daming mga challenges na nangyayari doon. Our own department, Secretary of Environment, is having her own set of challenges for her own advocacy to protect the environment. But we all know that environmental planning is not only about preserving the environment. And when I was studying environmental planning way back in 1998, 1999, the first realization that I had was that environmental planning should actually be taught to our local leaders, local government officials. Yes. And that is the number one challenge that I suppose most consultants and environmental planners in the Philippines are facing. Because no matter how good your CLEP, Comprehensive Land Use Plan, no matter how nice or how well prepared your CLUP is, if those plans are not to be adopted by the board, by the provincial board or municipal board, by the mayor, by the governor, then it's useless. Diba? Sometimes, yung ating mga ideals is what we put in those plans, but it never gets to be translated into actual projects. Diba? So, I don't know why there are still some people who actually go into this profession in the Philippines, given the frustrations that they face now and then, maybe more often than that. But I also don't know your own motivations, but I'm glad that you still pursued environmental planning, because this is one field which is actually very close to my heart. Well, because I guess I'm a frustrated environmental planner, unlike you guys, and you have achieved something which I have not. But please try to make yourself relevant. As a group, okay, you just established yourself as a new group, but also try to give inputs as much as you can to our countrymen back home. You have better exposure than they have. I'm not just talking about the other environmental planners, but probably the government officials that are running our country right now. Diba? Siguro pwede rin kayo magbigay na as a group. Ano nga ba yung ano nyo? What's the full name? Filipino Environmental Planners.
Filipino Environmental Planners.
Filipino. Isa ko na sana, Filipino lang para PEPSA. Pepsi. Philippine, so PEPS, ano? PEP.
PEPSA pwede yan. PEPSA.
Diba? PEPSA.
Filipino Environmental Planners.
Kasi at least medyo ano kayo, iba yung pananaw niyo eh. Kung meron man kayo siguro maganda, magbigay kayo ng statement coming from the Philippine Environmental Planners in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Come up with a statement on siguro yung nangyayari sa Philippines about yung advocacy ni Secretary Gina Lopez versus yung inaano siya, di ba, binabati ko siya ng mga estudyante even sa UP, yung mga ganyan ba? Because I really don't know. Of course, please continue to improve the skills of your members. Skills development is, I suppose, the #1 reason why professional organizations are formed. But beyond that, I don't know anymore. Diba? Pwede rin kayong I don't know how relevant ba yung mga paggawa nga ng CLUP sa Philippines. Yung mga nangyayari doon na ngayon, di ba nagkakaroon ng earthquake sa Mindanao? Meron ba kayong masasabi as environmental? Di ba dapat may zoning, may proper zoning dyan, di ba? Yung bayan di ba? So, I leave it up to your group and I wish you all the success. Individually, as professionals, as new professionals in the field of environmental planning. But I guess it's about time for us, for most professional organizations to now level up. Try to come up with statements, try to come up with your own contribution for nation building. It doesn't have to be any big project, but maybe you could just tell our friends in TFC or our friends in some of the media outfits here that, you are environmental planners, you have been given the license by the PRC, your voice should be heard because you also share the same concern as they have there in the Philippines for the safety of our citizens. So our officials back home should listen to the professional inputs coming from the environmental planners, no matter where they are. And I suppose they will be hearing or they will be giving much thought to you because you are overseas Filipino workers. Di ba mas may impact yun sa kanila? So on that note, congratulations to our new officers/members.
All in one. Two in one.
And I hope that your organization will grow.
Thank you so much.
Right? So maraming salamat.
May I just request our president and may I request also our secretary to please stay in front, and also the two vice presidents to please come forward for giving the clarification to our inducting officer. Okay, as requested by our president, can we have everyone to please be in front for the giving of the flag of appreciation. Mr. President. Can I just read the citation? Filipino environmental planners in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, presents this flag of appreciation to Honorable Irek C. Alibas for providing his outstanding support and selfless service as inducting officer during the induction ceremony of the 2017 founding executive officers and committee members of the Filipino environmental planners in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, held on 2nd of March 2017 at the Philippine Embassy, Riyadh, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Signed, Architect Albert B. Rafael, ENP, Founding President, Architect Clifford T. Abiso, ENP, Executive Secretary.
Actually, certificate pa lang yung sa pagkakita na yan, mas maganda pa yan. Ganito ang certificate ng ENP.
Certificate na to,
Certificate pa lang siya. Thank you very much.
So can we please go to our seats? And at this point, can we Gentlemen, I think in every undertaking, in every plan, or in every goal, it will not be materialized without a leader who drives the organization, who drives the people and the resources. The person I'm going to introduce to you at this moment is the leader of the band. He was the one who has been the prime mover of our organization since last year when they decided to take the opportunity to bring the EnP-KSA here in Riyadh. The Filipino Environmental Planners in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, the inception of this organization, the conduct of the review last year, and the conduct of the review this year, which will kick off tomorrow, will not be made possible if not of the great effort of this person. And now he is continuing taking up the challenge as the president of our organization. So let's hear from our founding president message. Please help me welcome our founding president, architect, and environmental planner, Elvin Pipil.
Thank you very much po sa ating galang-galang na First Consul General. Of course, Charge d'Affaires ng ating Philippine Embassy, Mr. Eric C. Arribas. Of course, to my fellow officers and members who are equally leaders of different organizations. Sa inyong lahat, actually wala na akong pwedeng i-suggest because you are all born leaders. Lahat tayo nag-lead, lahat tayo are members of our own organization, from the PIs, architects, mechanical engineers, electronics engineers. So we know already the responsibility that is on our shoulders to take this organization into action. Kanina, maganda yung naitanong sa atin ni Sir Eric, what is the relevance of our organizations and what are the plans we have, for our group, not only here in Saudi Arabia but also back there in the Philippines. So it's very timely. Actually, to tell you honestly, Sir Eric, I took this EnPs because of the time frame that PRC has given to us, that it will only be given in the present qualification until 2018. Because otherwise you have to undergo a extensive 5 years course of environmental planning. So we took the chance, given the opportunity that in spite of us being here in the Middle East, the door has opened to us to take this opportunity to be a registered environmental planner. So we did, and we take action to grab this opportunity, and thankfully we were able to surpass and achieve this goal. For the relevance, this was already discussed by the group. Gusto lang din po sana namin i-share yung aming initial program. Because here in Saudi Arabia, definitely, sa ngayon, there's no relevant program that we can provide except for the continuing preparation for those aspiring colleagues who would like to take the exam or SPLB EnP. Back in the Philippines, we already in the process of discussing a program which we can present to the local government. We already have discussions of some environmental programs and plans. Actually, we proposed this initially with the Bicol region. We're still trying to collect all the necessary informations. What are the most important requirements or needs that they need there in relations to environmental planning. The zoning ordinance already in order in the Philippines has been already implemented by the local government. But for us environmental planners in Saudi Arabia or here in abroad, we believe that from the experiences that we gain working here, we will somehow be able to for the benefit of the Filipinos back in the Philippines, especially in terms of environmental concerns. And in fact, I envy or I idolize the secretary herself, Ma'am Gina Lopez, for her advocacy in fighting for the preservation of environment. And on that idea, I was also inspired not only to have this licensed plastic card on my pocket, but to be a useful one, especially in the Philippines, because environmental planning is more relevant and more needed back in the Philippines than here in Saudi Arabia. We already made a statement during our request to the Board of Environmental Planner in PRC. It's one of the reasons why we were also give another chance to take the examinations, because we try to explain to them that being OFW already exposed outside the Philippines, we are in the best position to advocate the importance of environmental awareness, not only in the Philippines, but now maybe somehow worldwide. And we as an RFW is in the best position to advocate this and be an instrument to give this awareness, not only to the Filipino, but to the entire community globally. So on that note, again, we would like to congratulate each and everyone. Alam ko naman na lahat tayo ay very responsible. Tayo ay mga tested na ng mga leaders, no? Mga active members. We are very dedicated to our jobs, to our professions, to our organizations, and of course to our families. With the help of our embassy, soon to be of course, we can always achieve our goal and our relevance being an environmental planner, not only here in Saudi Arabia, but of course in the Philippines. Again, thank you very much, sir. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to, again, take this oath taking with our colleagues. Again, thank you very much.
So thank you, Mr. President. And there you go. We are now about to end our short program. But before that, let us hear the closing remarks from another pillar of our newly created organization, a well-respected fellow who always brings dynamism and enthusiasm to our group. Our fellow civil engineer and of course environmental planner, our Vice President Internal, not elect because we have just already been inducted. Our Vice President Internal, Engineer Melvin Candelario. Round of applause.
Thank you. Let's internalize. As tonight has been yet another momentous milestone, having very significantly been graced by no less than the Honorable First Secretary and Consul General, who himself had been a student of environmental planning at the Philippine University School of Urban and Regional Planning, and who we very gratefully thank. This evening of March 2, 2017, here at the Philippine Embassy in Riyadh, everyone has been each other's witness to the officer's oath that we just took. And to our shared pledge of upholding our profession, our organization, the Filipino Environmental Planners in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and the profession, this profession that we dearly love, the environmental planning. Not only have we promised contributing our respective humble share in paying forward the blessings that we've had, but by the oaths that we took, we likewise share, or we likewise vow, we likewise vow to share in the in upholding, in advancing, or in supporting the common advocacy for a better ecology, better environment, better community, better country. May we remain ever supportive of the worthwhile cause of advancing the welfare of our members, furthering our knowledge, as like what the Consul General just said earlier, respecting each other and maintaining the fraternal bond that by the grace of God we have. As we cherish this moment, may I congratulate everyone on behalf of the fEnP-KSA. We thank you so very much, Sir Charge d'Affaires, Sir Ivy. We also thank the founder and president, architect and environmental planner, Eldrid Refil. Thank you to all the officers, committee chairman. Thank you, everyone. Good evening.
Thank you, Sir Melvin. So that ends our short program. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Thank you, of course, to the Philippine Embassy, headed by our First Secretary and Consul General, Honorable Eric Arabias. Arribas. So, the event is now adjourned. Thanks, everyone. Photo ops tayo.
One more photo op.
Ay, meron pa pala tayo.
Sige.
With our miniature banner.
Sige.
Ay, banner niyo pala.
Hindi. Hiniram ko sa PPO. Wala pa yung banner eh. Ayan. Wala PPO sa
Cute lang.
Cute na yun. Okay.
Dito tayo sa...
Dito na. Pag-usapan natin sa akin. Hindi, kasi ako lang nagbibigay kayo sa may corrections lang ako dyan sa
Cute lang, no?
Compress po ng konti.
Side view.
Compress and side view.
and smile.
Kurin, wala lang sound.
Okay.
Thank
you. And also, if you still have some time, we would like to ask you for
The most important part of the program,
The dinner.
you said earlier, the dinner.
So I will join you next time. Even in the next program.
okay. That's good. Hindi formal na okasyon. Invite you for something.
Because sa Pilipinas na tayo, hindi mo manasara.
Magandaan natin yan.
So I think we'll just give you another round of
Handshakes.
Thank you po ulit talaga. I really appreciate kung binigyan ng support ng
Respond po kung yung napakaganda sinabi niya kanina para tayo sa Pilipinas, no? Meron pa po kami plan yung ating pilot project na ang site namin sa Pilipinas po. Yun po yung aming sa mga proyekto for this year. Saan napag-usapan mo namin is Bicol region. Pinitingnan natin paano yung, kasi yung calamities kasi, especially yung nakakang mga bagyo, malaking damage doon. I hope isa yun sa mga Sagot mo sa
Oh, sige. I don't know na kung yung mga ibang munisipyo sa atin meron ng capacity to actually do the proper environmental planning. May mga NGO sila din sa Pilipinas na involved sa ganyan capacity building. Ano rin? Sir, UP Serve, ano pa itong grupo nila? Planades. Diba, Planades? Hindi ko alam kung gumagawa sila ng parang advocacy para tulungan ng mga ibang munisipyo na gumawa na sila.
They give consultative works to follow.
Kinukuha sila. Tingnan nyo I don't like to dictate, no? Depende na yung sino. Pero also look at the possibility of supporting established environmental planning organizations in the Philippines para mabigyan din kayo ng credit as Filipino environmental planners in Saudi Arabia. Siguro yung assistance pwede yung bigay could be monetary. That's the easiest way to do it actually to support them. Or siguro eventually, kasi ang problema lang, nakikita ko, hindi naman kayo nagpa-practice as environmental planners dito. Sabi ko.
Actually, sir, nagpa-practice na rin. Part ng environmental planning, yung pagtuturo ng environmental planning.
Oo, pero but not as full-fledged environmental planners. Alam nila hindi ko sabihin. So anyway, but it's still good, no? Kasi eventually kailangan din ng mga environmental planners na tutulong sa mga local government officials sa atin para mas broaden ang pag-iisip nila. Kasi alam ko niya talaga ang problema doon sa atin. Kahit man may plano na, pero kung napasukan na lang siya ng politika, lalo na kung mag-eleksyon, wala na, scrap out lahat ng mga plano. Totoo, di ba? But,
Hopefully, one way or the other, tayo sa mga Pilipino, not only being an environmental planner, but as a Filipino in general, may contribute sa Pilipinas. Because, being an environmental planner is just one profession. It can be also done as a civil engineer, as an architect, similar advocacy, promoting environmental conservation and awareness for the community.
yeah, but then again, environmental planning, environmental conservation is just one aspect of environmental
Economy.
actually, mas mali interesado sila kung nakikita nila yung peso sign sa environmental, sa CLUP na ginagawa nila. Kasi let's say, this part can be changed into, let's say, industrial and commercial para tataas yung value ng mga lupay ng mga CO2. So, pero doon papasok yung balance. Kasi hindi naman pwede pera ito. Pero siguro as your organization goes, doon nyo rin makikita kung paano nyo kayo mapagbigay ng mga contribute, mapagbigay ng inputs doon sa Philippines. Kasi dito sa Saudi, okay, pwede rin kasi you're a group, but you cannot really practice as an environmental, as I know it. But, sige, tignan natin.
Ang magandang nangyari ngayon, sir. You post the challenge, may ilang mga sinagot nila. Pero ang magandang gawin natin, maganda yung mga advice na nakuha natin. Ngayon, yung balang natin could be medium term, long term. Pero what we may do is we may consult sa IRIC, every now and then, sa update yung progress yung binabalak natin.
Thank you, sir. You're so busy.
Maganda kasi from the point of view of licensed professionals kayo. Magbibigay ng input sa inyo. Kunwari, there's a calamity. Pwede naman kayo magbigay din ng statement dapat ganito ang ginagawa sa Pilipinas. Dapat ano na nangyari sa CLUP na nag-approve ng board. Ganyan ba? As a show of concern, not just as environmental planners per se, but as OFWs. Ito yung, but from me, I mean, coming from me as a government official, medyo I have to remain neutral. Pero there's still this environmental planning person in my heart now. So that we really have to do something for our country. And the only way to do that is, I mean, is to really educate, or at least give a food for thought to our officials pa. Kasi iba dyan na-elect as governor, na-elect as mayor, dahil napawasawa ng whatnot, without proper experience or proper education. So, para maging relevant din yung environmental planning profession, maybe those environmental planners outside the Philippines could give a statement because it might make more impact. Kasi OFW ka. Yung ano na yun, yung element kasi OFW ka. Alam naman sa Pilipinas, OFW pinakailangan. Kasi para mapalik sa Pilipinas kasi di naman balik sa Pilipinas sa may vision nyo as environmental planners. Pakita nyo sa Pilipinas pagbalik nyo.
Lamang sa listense.
Naman, pag every, ano lang naman, kung yung mga kalamig na nangyari. Huwag naman sana madalas. Alright? So, join you next time, guys. Sorry.
Sa muli, sir.
Sana mga nakapay yung word.
Sabi nga ba yun?